Video, the big one. A lot of people like to, they want to build a YouTube channel. That's a really big thing this year, 2019. Everyone wants to start YouTube channels if they haven't yet. It is an incredible source of traffic and SEO, and people are searching Google. Video comes up first. It's free, easy to do, and you can start building a quick audience of subscribers on there. So that is a big thing for this year that I've heard a lot of people requesting. So let's talk a little bit about that, Justin, and what our strategies are. I know we'll talk about transcriptions later, but talk about video, because you do a lot of video with your work and your sales pages.
Yeah, exactly. So video itself could be a whole webinar. So what I want to do right now is just talk high level for a second, and then I want to show you a very specific example, which I've not talked about before. It's something that I thought we kind of thought about yesterday. We've kind of done in a roundabout way, but I want to explore more of this as well. But in general, there are several ways to create video, and I have specific blog posts about it. I'll share those out in a bit. The best way, the best type of video is the one that you just get done. So I don't really care if you're narrating over slides, if you're picking up an iPhone and speaking to it, if you have a webcam on your laptop, maybe some kind of combination, maybe it's a Facebook Live. Whatever makes you get the video done is the best type of video content, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as you're producing it. Because in the grand scheme of things, still a relatively small percentage of your competition is probably doing video consistently. They may have a video here and there, but very few people do it consistently. So if you can do video with whatever format you like, you'll give yourself a huge leg up. So I would start with whatever is going to be the shortest path to producing the video. And if that means you get a bunch of slides and you just talk over top of them, kind of like what Chad and I are doing right now, at the end of this, we're going to have a webinar replay, which is a video, which we can splice into like 10 different segments and have 10 YouTube uploads, right? All it took us was an hour of our time that we're investing right now as we share this with you. So think about it that way. And if you're good at getting on camera and staring into the camera and being funny and whatever, do it. Like it's a great way of doing it. But what I want to show you right now is a really cool example of how PLR might be able to help you along here. So I want to walk you through what I think is a pretty cool example of how you could create some pretty dynamic video-based PLR, not PLR, but video-based personal branded content. I'm going to use this ebook here. This is called the Purpose Project. So hint, hint, I warned you there'd be some aggressive sales pitching on this webinar. We have this product coming out on Monday, so keep an eye out for this package. This is actually a really good one about finding your life's purpose. Hot market for this one. So in this ebook, if you look at the table of contents here, it's a typical length for our business, about 6,000 words or so. When you narrate it into audio, it's maybe about a 35-minute audiobook. But it goes through the power of finding your life purpose and kind of walks through a number of steps, questions to ask yourself, action steps that what you want to do next, and so on. If I wanted to create a piece of dynamic video content, taking the path of least resistance to get this done today, here's something I could do. I wouldn't even necessarily need to read this whole book. I would just have to resonate with the topic. So life's purpose, do I resonate with that topic? Yes. So I would scroll down here, and I did look at this in advance. So here's like the first main section of the ebook, The Power of Finding Your Purpose. And it goes through a list of 15 things that purpose gives you. So I remember earlier I talked about how it's quite easy to read a PLR article, especially in the self-help world, and see a lesson that you can relate to immediately. So imagine this. My goal today would be to create some video content for my business. If I'm a coach or I'm selling some kind of motivational training, whatever it may be, I want to have a video about life purpose, or just a video in general that will get people to think more about me and maybe taking some more action in their lives. I could come into this particular ebook and start recording right now. I could turn on my webcam with Chad and myself, which we already said we weren't going to do because we didn't get properly dressed for that. but we could easily do that, and then we have a video feed of Chad's face, a video feed of my face, and then a third video showing this, maybe pasted onto a slide. And I could literally, off the top of my head, introduce it like so. Say, hey, this is Justin Popovich here, and I have a number of interesting tips that I'd like to share with you over the course of the next 15 days. This is going to be pretty fun. We're going to be talking about life's purpose. I want to spend the next 2 weeks in my life thinking about my own life's purpose. And as I do this journey of discovery, I'd like to share with you some of the stuff that I'm thinking about and that I'm working on. And I'm going to actually do it in a series of 15 steps. And I'm going to chat about it with my good friend, Chad. Chad, are you there? Mm-hmm. And he would say, whatever. He'd come on and I'd say, okay, so life purpose. Let's talk about 15 things that life purpose gives you. Number one is focus. When you know, knowing what our purpose is means we know where we're going. That clarity of vision means we know where to put our energy. It's how we get things done. By clearing out distractions and working on one thing, you're going to accomplish more than you would if your attention was divided. This focus is necessary to succeed in life. I would kick off my video after the introduction by literally reading what I just said to you now. And then I would turn over to Chad and say, Chad, what do you think of this? To me, this is a hugely powerful lesson that I've already learned to a degree in my life, but I know I'm going to ingrain it in even more as I go about my newest goals. So for example, clearing out distractions and working on one thing. That's been a huge aspect of my life in 2019. One way I've done that is with my health and nutrition. I really fell off the wagon in 2018. I put on some weight that I wasn't really wanting to. It was really deviating from my goals and who I am as a person. And I've cleaned that up in January and February. I'm feeling really good about it. What do you think about this whole thing with regards to removing distractions and focusing on one goal at a time? Does it work for you? Or are you able to kind of think of a lot of things at once? And Chad would give his answer, right? Mm-hmm. So at the end of that, we have 5, 6, 7 minute video, could be longer. And then we could literally do this 15 times right now on a single session, save them as 15 different video files. And now I have this extremely high valuable piece of personally branded content that I could share out, let's say on Facebook. You could share them. You could literally post them all today and use the scheduled post feature to have it go out one time per day over the next 15 days. Now you've got this whole 2-week process to finding your life's purpose. And I did nothing in preparation. I literally just knew that I liked the topic of life purpose and that I could talk quickly about each of these 15 topics. That is a very powerful way of creating video. And what I like the most about this particular suggestion I'm giving you right now is it's cutting down the amount of time you have to think. Make the decision that you're going to create a video. If you need to get a business partner like I have here with Chad, somebody that helps you bring out your personality and speak, that's why Chad's here. And that's why he brought me in as well. We help each other be able to deliver webinars like this. It's way more intimidating to do it alone. So find a partner if you need to. And then literally to decide to do it today or tomorrow, and don't overthink it. Get started, record the video, and give it your best effort. What I found is that very few people care about the ums and ahs and a polished video. They just want to see you, your personality, what you have to share without thinking. And I find I give my best advice like I'm doing right now. I had no idea what I was going to say just now on this lesson. I'm just sharing it with you authentically, with my goal being to help you as much as I can as a customer of our business. And I know that if I share a good tip with you, that hopefully you'll come back and buy some more stuff. But that's the whole idea. When you create video, reduce the amount of time so you don't have to overthink it and worry about it. Get it done, and then worry about improving your video skills later on. You could easily do this with an ebook that comes from PLR. If you want to make it even more simple, do it with an article and just take one idea out of an article and create a video that way. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, but hopefully that made sense.